Hey there guys, Raj here. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a fragrance from one of my favorite fragrance houses, and this is actually one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Christian Dior. This is Dior Homme Parfum. This is a very quick look at the box. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It does look like a few other boxes, the Dior Homme Intense box. This is the bottle. Again, it does look very similar to Dior Homme Intense, but it does in gold have Parfum written down here. Solid bottle, 75 ml, looks quite strong in terms of its square features. It looks great if you store your fragrances on your dresser or whatever. A very simple but very well made bottle. Black cap here, black stem in the middle. So this is like, Dior Homme has so many different versions under the Homme name. You've got the original, you've got Dior Homme Intense, you've got the original Dior Homme Cologne, the new Dior Homme Cologne, and now Dior Homme Parfum, which is probably the most darkest interpretation. It is very unique, I feel, in the Dior category of fragrances or lineup of fragrances. I think this is probably one of the most unique fragrances in the mainstream market. And to be honest, just generally, like, I don't smell fragrances like this every day. I love it. I think this is very well done. I'm going to go into as much detail as I can. As I said, 75 ml bottle. It's going to cost you a little bit more than most Dior fragrances, around £80. You could get it cheaper than that online. I don't know the dollar price, but I'm sure you can calculate it. In terms of, Francois Demachy made this. It has notes, of iris from Tuscany, sandalwood from Sri Lanka, and a leather accord, according to Fragrantica. I remember when I first bought this fragrance, I had it. Actually, I think I got it off a Facebook group. A guy, I'm pretty sure I got this from a Facebook group, and the guy had just used it just a little bit, so I pretty much got a full bottle. I think I have used it a fair amount, actually. I remember when I first bought this, and my colleague who sat opposite me in one of my older jobs, he tried this and he was loving it. He was really loving it. That particular office I was in, that particular room was a little bit smaller, and I remember going out the room and then coming back in, and that one spray hit. And you know how, like, when people who are not really into fragrances, they pick up something new and they pick up the bottle and they do like the smallest tiny little spray. They don't do like couple of sprays, the smallest spray. And it was not exactly filling the room, but you could notice that something was sprayed on. This is a scent which has a presence. It lasts long on me, but it's not like a projection monster after several hours. The first few hours, yes, it is quite powerful, and I think you do have to be a little bit careful at the number of sprays you do. I typically do about 2 or 3. If I'm going to be outdoors most of the day, where the scent has sort of more room to kind of go off into the atmosphere, you could probably do a 4th spray. I think this is a nighttime fragrance. I have sometimes worn this to work, but I like to be a little bit more adventurous nowadays. I think this is definitely that sort of evening scent. This is like a tuxedo scent, or that time when you're wearing like a blue velvet tuxedo jacket with a bow tie. You really are looking to make more of an impact. That's the most appropriate time. Colder weather, you could get away with this. I actually find that the Dior Homme Intense and this are actually quite good in humid weather, which is, I think, quite important for a lot of people around the world who see all these fragrances and they're all like, oh, it's dark, everyone's saying this is a winter fragrance, can't wear it in the warmth. If you're in a more of a humid weather, sometimes fragrances that, like, I would think is a winter scent, surprisingly works quite well. So don't forget about it. In the opening, you get this wonderful, very flowery, powdery iris in there, with a smooth, almost smoky combination of kind of like a pepper, a cedarwood, but a sweet sandalwood in there as well. A little bit of incense going on just about in the background, nothing too much. it's almost like there's a touch of like a bourbon or something like a rum or a whiskey to give that kind of alcoholic kick to it right at the end. It's a very sophisticated fragrance, a grown-up scent. This is if you're a teenager, you're just getting into the world of fragrances at a young age. I would say, I would probably say this is not for you, but it does come down to actually not so much age sometimes, but it comes down to maturity. I think this is definitely going to suit somebody who is like something a little bit more daring, maybe sophisticated, maybe a little bit more mature. You don't have to be all of those. You don't have to be all of those things, but those are the things that come to mind when I think of Dior Homme Parfum. I think it has this. It has a like Dior Homme Intense. I think this could be worn by a woman. I definitely think so. I would imagine a lot of people smell this and think it's not traditionally masculine, but who's to say that a man can't wear it? So the counterpart to this fragrance, which comes to my mind, is Black Orchid. So Black Orchid by Tom Ford is kind of seen as this woman's fragrance. The marketing is all about that. But a lot of men do actually wear that fragrance. It has notes that appeal to both crowds. And I think Dior Homme Parfum is like that. It's targeted towards men. You've got, I've completely forgotten the name of that actor. I've completely forgotten the name. If you guys remember his name, he does the marketing for this. Not Jude Law, the new guy. He was, I don't know what his name is. But yeah, he is the behind this fragrance, the man in the marketing campaign. But I think a woman could definitely wear this. Somebody who is maybe wearing like, a woman who likes to dress up in a suit, like a black tuxedo, but with a white shirt with a few buttons undone, a nice bit of silver jewelry, stilettos, that kind of thing. A powerful woman striding through town on a night out, who's not afraid to do something different. And I would love to smell this on a woman on a night out. I think it would be incredible. Too many women nowadays smell of like bubblegum and cheap hairspray. I think it's just crazy. Especially in London, when you think people who earn a little bit more should be able to afford something better. You don't have to spend a huge amount of money. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. But I would love to smell this on a woman. Actually, I think it would be really, really good. Very classy scent, fantastic. What is stopping me from giving this a perfect rating? I don't know what. I could, but I'm gonna go very high and give it a 9.5 out of 10. One of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Possibly my favorite from Dior. Possibly. Although I still think Dior Homme Intense is my favorite. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this fragrance? I have heard views on YouTube. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Whatever you have to say, say it. Thanks for watching. As always, thanks a lot for your support on my channel. I'm thinking of doing a Q&A video actually soon. So I'll do a separate video, but that's a video idea that I was thinking about a while ago, and then I watched a video from Wasim, Handsome Smells, and it kind of prompted my memory, so that might be my next video. So anyway, take care, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.